Drones are great because of the newest tool. They're a flying camera. As far as like in my camera toolbox, I have short lenses, I have long lenses, I have different cameras that do different things. Now I have a flying camera. I've always wanted to be able to do that shot where I can just get up higher and shoot a building that's maybe about 20, 30 feet high. Now I can do it. The biggest misconception of drones are that they're really a toy. You know, there are some toy drones that you can get for $100 or $200. Honestly, those usually last about from 1 day to 7 days before somebody smashes it because they're not controlled very easily. But the professional drones, the ones that you're seeing on television, on the news that are crashing into things, those are between $1,000 and $7,000. The drone world today will not be the drone world 1 year from now, definitely 3 years from now. They've got new standards, they've got new technology for propulsion. They have a ground control system that they're working on, registration. It's going to make it more serious. It's going to weed out probably the amateurs and the kids. You know, I knew that my drone was designed to fly indoors. It's got some limitations of the way it sees the ground. And I took it into a facility. There weren't any people around. They needed me to photograph this one installation they created in the hall. And they said, would you shoot it with the drone? And I did. I've never been so afraid in my life. This thing is flying all over the place. It's fighting its own wind. It's going all over the place. All I did was fight it. I move it to turn to the right. It slides way to the right. I have to fight it back to the left, and I'll never fly inside again. Absolutely not. There's only 4 things that the FAA cares about. Flying over people. You cannot fly over people and endanger them. You gotta fly 5 miles from an airport. You have to have the drone always line of sight. You always need to be able to see it, and you can't fly over 400 feet. So those are the only 4 things that everybody has to fly by. You break those rules, you're going to get in trouble. One of the reasons that people fly inside of buildings is they're not controlled by the FAA, and they think that that's okay. But there is a rule of that you cannot hurt people. So professional photographers have liability insurance. Liability insurance does not cover injuries through drones. I have shot outside events with drones. They're very large. They're usually carnival oriented. They have all these features, and what I end up doing is flying around the outer edge of them and showing them. And that's really all that's needed in just capturing the moment and how big these outside events are. You don't usually see them over receptions and small events outside. They do kind of look good for concerts, things that are lit up really well with outside lighting. But again, you can't fly over people. Even though people do, it's not smart to do.